Okay, welcome everybody to uh, October 26th. Wow, where did October go? Our Prosperity Mastermind. And I've got a really good, awesome training for you guys tonight. I think it's going to be really, really valuable. Um, and I know all of you have been in a path of personal growth. And as we do that personal growth, sometimes we have shifts, that are just so amazing. And most of the time it takes an experience to have that shift. And I have stumbled on a technique that's been around for a while. I just had never learned it myself, for removing those self-limiting doubts, those belief systems that we have about ourselves or about stuff. And so what this does is, it's just really, really very cool. So I'm just going to go right to it, and hang on till the end of the call, because we also have another treat, and that is that we finished the freedom template for the team. And we're just really tickled with how it came out. And it's based on you guys' input and just some brilliant, what do you call it? What do you call it?
Collaboration.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so let me get to this training. It's called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. And it's used in the psychological community for people who had severe negative memories, like PTSD or phobias. It was brought into the personal development field because you can make a shift so quickly around a limiting belief or a limiting emotion that often comes attached to a limiting belief. And it's done with tapping, and tapping using our fingers to actually tap on acupuncture points on our head and upper body. That's how it's done. It looks kind of funny. So you want to be open to out of the box solutions here. So what happens is we actually make a shift with the nervous system, like a circuit interrupt, almost like flipping an electrical switch and turning off a negative connection to a belief or a feeling or an emotion that's, keeping you stuck or keeping you from wholeheartedly believing. And believing that, yes, this is on its way to me. And it's stimulating the acupuncture points, which are actually electrically active with the nervous system, to get the shift that we're really talking about. So let's talk about limiting beliefs. We all have them, and they're mostly from our childhood or circumstances or events that have happened to us, and it's in the subconscious. And most of us know what these limiting beliefs are, and we create affirmations to counter it. But when we have self-limiting beliefs that can really stop us from doing the necessary things to achieve our goals, this tapping technique can really shift it. Have you ever sat down to call somebody and you've suddenly got an urge to go do the laundry or clean the kitchen? Or you just let less important things like your favorite TV show get in the way, right? I'm guilty. And that's because of those self-limiting beliefs. But what if we could release it and clear it so that it no longer has power in our nervous system? Wouldn't that be great? Yeah. So the tapping creates a pattern interrupt. And they've actually measured people's brains and cortisol levels when they're tapping, and they're seeing measurable result in the nervous system. So, so what are some of those limiting beliefs? Like, it's impossible. It's hard. What if I fail? Right? I want some input. What are some other limiting beliefs?
Overwhelming. I can't handle this.
I'm overwhelmed.
What if they say no?
What if they say no? What else?
I'm too old for this.
Oh, I'm too old to enroll someone in the start group. That too.
Say it again, Marcia.
I'm too old to enroll someone in the start group.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not good enough. People won't like listen to me or what, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's one I had. People just don't listen to me. But
I've heard
go ahead.
I've heard a few people say, well, it's too hard now because of social media. I just can't grasp it.
Right. So all of these things, Marcia, go ahead. Oh, you were just agreeing with that one. So all of these things that, you can have one or more of these, right?
Yeah, no time, not enough time. That's Carolyn.
So I want you to look at your goal. And I want you to write down what limiting belief is a strong one around your goal. And I want you to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the strongest, like it gives you the most stress. Okay. So I'm going to show you all the places that you'll tap, and then I'll walk you through releasing your limiting beliefs and tapping. And I'm going to share my screen. All right, this is just a picture of all of those acupressure points. And I'm going to go through them. I'm going to go through them in the order that we're going to tap. And it starts with the karate chop point, where you just tap on where your karate chop point is on your hand, right? The next one is the eyebrow point. That's the inside of the eyebrow, not the outside of the eyebrow, but the inside of the eyebrow, right? And then there's the side of the eye. And there's under the eye. There's a bone right under the eye. Just tap on that bone. And then under the nose and the chin, right at the cleft of the chin. And then there's the collarbone, and there's a kind of a hollow spot right below your collarbone. And that's where you want to tap. And under the arm. And then the last one is the top of the head. Okay? All right, so I'm going to stop share. I'm actually going to post this picture on the business group so that you can have it for future, in case you forget. But so let's see. We went through those. Now you guys have chosen a limiting belief. Anybody want to, Marcia?
Well, I wanted to ask a question first.
Go ahead.
Like when you're tapping, do you tap with a certain finger or something?
Yeah, good question.
Okay.
Make sure it's, you use 2 or 3 fingers, and make sure your middle finger is one of them. Okay, great. So Marcia, what was the limiting belief that you chose?
So this is just too overwhelming right now.
Okay. All right. Well, so I assume you've all chosen a limiting belief that you want to clear. And you've all probably got different ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to narrow it down to one. And I'm going to use it's impossible, because that was one that was big for me. Okay. Like, what? How can I call myself a millionaire? That's just not possible. Right. And so I'll do that to demonstrate how to do this. And you can use your own limiting belief or just follow along with what we're doing. Don't worry about the fact that yours isn't, it's impossible, okay? Because it'll actually have an impact anyway. So I want you to repeat after me and watch where I tap, okay? So we're gonna start with the karate chop. And every time I say something, you're gonna repeat after me. So here we go. Tap your karate chop point. Even though I really like the looks of this goal,
Even though I really like the looks of this
Of
goal,
this goal
it really feels impossible.
really feels impossible.
I mean, who am I kidding?
I mean, who am I kidding?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
I'm just gonna honor all my feelings about it.
I'm just gonna honor all my feelings about it.
Even though I like this goal,
Even though I like this goal,
it kind of feels impossible
it kind of feels impossible
for me.
for me.
And I'm just going to honor that for now.
And I'm just gonna honor that.
Now it sounds negative. It sounds negative,
I'm not looking for it,
but I'm just gonna honor it,
but I'm just gonna honor it.
even though it feels impossible.
Even though it feels impossible,
I am so open to shifting here.
I'm so open to shifting it.
Okay. So now you just keep repeating after me. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It really feels impossible.
It really feels impossible.
Impossible for me.
Impossible for me.
Other people, sure. They do it all the time.
For sure, they do it all the time.
But I don't think I can do it.
But I don't think I can do it.
And it would probably be really hard.
And it probably would be really hard.
And I'm pretty psychic about these kind of things.
I'm pretty psychic about these kind of things.
I've seen the future,
I've seen the future,
so I know it's impossible.
so I know it's
And there's a voice in my head
there's a voice in my head
that always says,
that always says
impossible,
impossible,
really hard.
really hard.
I probably don't deserve it.
I probably don't deserve it.
No way, no how.
No way, no how.
That's really negative.
That's really negative.
I'd really love to turn that off.
I'd really like to turn that off.
But the truth is,
But the truth is,
it's impossible.
it's impossible.
Okay. So all we did was voice in the very straightforward way, as if it's true, that it's actually impossible, right? Now I want you to look at your goal again and say out loud, it's impossible.
It's impossible.
It will probably be hard,
It will probably be hard,
and I don't deserve it.
and I don't deserve it.
Okay, when you rated yourself on your limiting belief, did just gauge how you feel right now. Did your score go or your rating go down a notch? Anybody?
Yeah,
You still feel the same way about that limiting belief?
no, now I feel like it's a seeming. It seems like that, but it's not the truth.
I can hardly hear you, Judy.
It seems like that, but that's not the truth.
Right? And sometimes we need to do this over and over in order to move that scale from a high number to a low number, okay? But you'll see a major shift, you know, once you get into the daily habit of tapping, okay? So, and in that moment of shifting, even if you've only shifted by a few points, your whole energy system, your brain, everything about you and your energy opens up to what is called infinite possibility. So after we do this kind of tapping and clear the negative, this is where affirmations come in. And this is where we start to feel like anything is possible, which we kind of know in our logical brains. But sometimes our body, we still feel this strong negative pushback. So you just do the tapping with the limiting belief several more times until you can rate it at a 2 or a 3. Okay. You'll actually feel the energy shift in your body. Now, sometimes we have stress around an old goal that we went after and it didn't turn out well. Anybody feel that way? Yeah. And this might be bringing up for some, for you some evidence of why you really believe it's impossible. Okay. So you keep tapping and you might want to substitute other words to really break this quickly. You don't have to use my words. You know, use what feels really authentic to you. Okay. And every time you become aware of a new limiting belief, tap on it, you know? And you might tune into stuff that surprises you, like sadness for something. Marcia, you're great. So let's see. So your goals somewhere unconsciously is connecting back to all of these negative beliefs, limiting beliefs, and sometimes even some painful memories from the past. And that's typically what's stopping you. And you want to release these emotions and clear out all the junk that you've been, you know, kind of lugging around, and it's held you back. Hang on a second. I forgot to get some water. Let's see. So let's move on to the positive. Because interestingly, we can clear the negative, yet when using tapping on a positive, divine intelligence knows the difference and will actually instill the positive more solidly in our system and give us a more excited vibe. Okay. So I'm going to have to take a break and grab some water. I'll be right back.
I have a question while she's gone. I don't know if I was spacing out or writing, but when we came up with our limiting belief and we gave it a number and then we tapped and she wanted to know if the number went down, is that it's less of a limiting belief or it's more of a limiting belief?
Less of a
So repeating it and tapping should make you not feel as strongly about the limiting belief.
right.
That's correct. What it does, oddly enough, is it releases that limiting belief. Okay. So now I'm going to show you what a positive tapping looks like. So we're going to start with the karate chop. You always start with the karate chop. I'm so glad my goal feels better.
I'm so glad my goal feels better.
I still don't really know how to get there,
I still don't really know how to get there.
but I'm just going to be open to the infinite number of ways
But I'm just going to be open to the infinite number of ways
that this goal can unfold for me.
that this goal can unfold for me.
That feels awesome.
That feels awesome.
Even though I still have an inner voice that's skeptical
Even though I still have an inner voice that's skeptical
or critical,
or critical,
I'm just going to honor that.
I'm just going to honor that.
But the truth is,
But the truth is,
there's a million ways that this goal can show up for me.
a million ways that this goal can show up for me.
And I'm saying yes to all of them.
I'm saying yes to all of them.
Okay, so now keep repeating out loud while we tap. I still have an inner skeptic.
I still have an inner skeptic.
The smart part of me that maybe wonders,
The smart part of me that really wonders,
how am I going to get there?
how am I going to get that?
What if I fail?
What if I fail?
And that's a little scary. I admit it.
That's a little scary, I admit it.
And I honor that voice
And I honor that voice
because I don't know how to get there.
because I don't know how to get there.
But the truth is,
But the truth is,
it's not my job right now
it's not my job right now
to worry about all the hows.
to worry about all the hows.
It's my job
It's my job
to focus on my goals
to focus on my goals
with faith,
with
faith,
faith,
with expectation,
with expectation,
with curiosity,
with curiosity,
because I am curious.
because I am curious.
How is this going to happen for me?
How is this going to happen for me?
I can't wait to see what happens next.
I can't wait to see what happens next.
I do love creating.
I do love creating.
I do love synchronicity.
I do love synchronicity.
I do love dreaming about this goal.
I do love dreaming about this goal.
So I'm letting the universe know loud and clear,
I'm letting the universe know loud and clear.
this is my goal.
This is my goal.
Yes, I am open to it.
Yes, I am open to it.
I'm ready.
I'm ready,
And I'm willing to allow miracles to unfold,
and I'm willing to allow miracles to unfold,
to support me and my beautiful goal.
to support me in my beautiful goal.
Okay, take a deep breath. So now go back to your goal and try and say, it's impossible. Doesn't have as much energy in it, does it? Yeah. So you just want to feel what's happening in your body. And you might feel that negative energy leaving your body. And you'll start to feel a vibe in your body, like your energy's moving in your body. And you're starting to think, wow, what could happen? How could this happen? Where could this go? You know? And that's such an open, cool energy. And this is the vibe that actually brings stuff to you. And when you're curious and anticipating what is coming next, you're manifesting. That's all part of the manifestation process. So let's hear some feedback or questions that you might have.
The question or the comments that you're making, is that something that has to have a special
A little
order?
louder, Judy.
Are the comments in where you tap and that pattern of tapping, does that have to be in that special order? And is that words that we need to have in a special order where we tap and where we tap and where we tap?
You know, it really
look like
doesn't
we're
have to be in a
following
special
order.
order. Sometimes it's best if you learn it in a special order and then you never forget it.
Yeah.
But you could be, you know, someplace in a public place and you really want to tap. All you have to do is tap your
Okay.
karate chop hand
And
and to kind of release energy. Anywhere you tap, you're going to be releasing energy.
on that chart that you showed, it was quickly, so I didn't, my screen went funny, but does it mention the areas that it's affecting when you're tapping on that chart? The chart that, or the picture that you're going to send us that with the woman on a different areas.
That's exactly where you tap. Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah,
be
I'll
very
post that tonight.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Ben? Oh, you first, Marcia.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I've had, you know, like some demos from other EFT practitioners, and they use like both hands.
You can use
And
both
I've-
hands.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. And then so the other one is like, it's good that you showed us both the negative and the positive, because some EFT, they just focus on the positive. And then when the next EFT practitioner was doing the negative, I kind of felt like, oh, that's interesting that you're kind of affirming the negative, but it's really different. So it's kind of,
It really is different. It's just acknowledging it, you know, so that, but because you're tapping on an acupressure point, it's allowing your body to release it. It's instead of it being stuck there. Okay.
I do notice a different whole feeling. Like,
Good.
like alert and like, I don't know if I would call it positive if I wasn't in this talk, but I feel really different.
Awesome. Imagine how you'll feel if you keep doing this. So how often would you do it? Right? Every day. When you wake up and you look at your goal, because you want to really be in the habit of looking at your goal every day, reading that template. And you look at your goal and you're in that good vibe about it, then you can tap and say how much you love that goal, just like what we just did. But if you look at your goal and you have that stress feeling coming over you, like, ugh, like it's triggering something, negative, and you're saying things to yourself like, well, what if I fail? Or it's impossible, whatever one, but this is so hard. From that vibe, you're in a pure state of resistance. And you don't want to be in that resistance. Okay. So you want to tap it out. Because that's just your consciousness now saying, I'm resistant. So tap it out and the limiting belief, and then do the positive one.
Is it important to go through, like you did it 2 times all the way through all the areas? Is it important to do that? Or if you're sitting somewhere and you have that limiting belief, can you just pick one area or like 2 areas?
Yeah, I wouldn't pick too many areas, but I would think you could pick 2 or 3. Depends on what
Okay.
how long your list is, you know.
So you
But
don't have to cycle through all of them and like you just did.
as long as you're talking about each one of them as you're tapping, you're releasing.
Okay.
So however long it's going to take, stick with it, because it works,
Mhm.
I noticed that, and thank you for the phone call we had last week, because this tapping feeds into all of that. But I noticed that, as I was tapping and saying all those negative things, I was really getting angry at myself. I said, this is not true. This is not true, and get into action. And then going to the positive, and I had gone down from the 10 to probably an 8 there. And then going into looking at my goal and my vision board and the joy that comes with that and saying the affirmations. There was a sadness that released, and I always call the tears when they come down is a joy, Jesus overflowing in you, and it's kind of a release. Those tears are tears of joy, and they release and they come back as blessings. And there was that release, and then there was the breath. I really felt I had to take in a deep breath, and my body just, I was in tune with my body, not with my head. But the tapping on the head helped me the most to get out of that thinking.
Yeah. I'm surprised at myself for not learning this technique sooner, because I've been in all kinds of stuff, but I'm just thrilled with it. I just think if we all used it, major shifts would happen. And I'm going to let that be my segue into what we're going to do next. So we're going to share with you the complete team template for the Freedom Day. Okay. And where is it? Here it is. And don't let me finish this call without telling you about some things that are happening starting tomorrow with new products and stuff. Okay. We're going to have some of our leaders read these. Let me make this bigger for you. So, who wants to start? Amy, do you want to do this one? I can't hear you.
Sure,
Okay,
sure.
good.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so for the 90-day vision, we're so happy and grateful now that we're experiencing a level of freedom that allows us to create incomes that enhance our families' lives, that enrich the lives of others. We are receiving 50% or more per week increases in cycles in our isogenics organizations with ease and grace. Exponential growth is a natural byproduct because we're filled with joy, hope, and inspiration. Our future is called to us every morning, and we practice our daily transformational devotions with joy. We're empowered messengers of God's generous gifts. Our abundance overflows and touches those we have yet to meet. We impact communities and bring true freedom to those who are ready. And this ripple effect is a function of our divine connections. Our team culture is the art of well-being, and we naturally support each other to its full self-expression. We're truly blessed, and so are our families, friends and family.
Amen.
Right.
Hallelujah. That's powerful.
Kind of gives you chills, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Daria, were you going to read one?
Sure. Thank you for making that bigger, because I was trying to print it up bigger downstairs. That's what Steve kept bringing me, but it didn't work. It's like, ah, so this helps. Okay, so we are so excited and grateful that our team creates ongoing magnificent wins and massive momentum in our Isogenics businesses. Our team commitment to family, community, and contribution attracts compassionate and driven third and fourth level leaders. They finally know they are home. This is their true calling. With a love for network marketing, they are enthusiastic, passionate, motivated, and focused on financial freedom for everyone. We celebrate and honor our collaborative successes with joy. Our financial momentum expands through to a global community, and leaders are born everywhere.
Awesome. How's that one make you feel, guys?
Very good.
Lynn, do you want to do this one?
Sure. We are so happy and grateful now that our customers are excited, energized, living a vibrant life, and are examples of the art of well-being. And as Isogenics ambassadors, they are naturally enrolling their friends and family in a healthy lifestyle that they fully commit to. Everyone loves getting their products paid for. Integrity, superb quality, and impeccable service makes us a valuable asset to the success of our customers' goals. They commit to an ISA pantry for life and see Isogenics as essential. There is hope, joy, and happiness abounding.
Awesome. And finally, Ariana, you get to do the Freedom Day.
Okay.
She's the freedom girl.
So allow yourself for just a moment, if you want to close your eyes while we share this vision. Just take a deep breath though right now, because this is the Freedom Day for the rest of our lives, right? So just breathe in for a moment, hold your breath for a couple of moments, and then just exhale out. We are so happy and grateful now that our Freedom Day teams are generating legacy centers with yearly multiple six-figure incomes with Isogenics. This prosperity allows our family, friends, and communities to have abundant access to time, money, freedom, and creative resources. This brings us all great joy, peace, and creative fulfillment. We live each and every day present and practicing our compelling visions of our futures, supporting each other because we want to. Balance, ease, and grace are our family's motto. We have created compassionate identities that fully and powerfully fulfill on the dreams that mean the most to us. Our prosperity is an expression of creative energy that brings heaven to earth for everyone, to living lives we love, the Prosperity Mastermind team.
Awesome. That was a perfect example of how you want to be reading your template every day with feeling, like really feeling it. So,
Like cry at the end.
yeah.
Tears of joy.
Yeah.
Joy, joy, Jesus overflowing in you. Joy, joy.
Yeah,
Joy is a spiritual force.
it sure is. High vibration one. Okay, so like I said, I posted that already on the Facebook business group. So print it out, read it every day, read your own template every day. But I hope this gave you more inspiration for modifying yours if you need to, and you know, all of that. So
Thank you, team, for pulling that together. It is powerful. It is so powerful. And joy,
it was a delight because it really
joy is
shifted.
what it's all about.
Yeah, it really shifted for us as well. So yeah, and thank you.
I have got that on my board. I did a retreat and was all about joy and overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful. But joy is a spiritual force, and that word joy, I don't know how many times that it's in there, but it has a wings through the whole thing. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to.
So Kathy, will it be more effective if you're reading your own or even the steam that you're tapping while you're reading it? Okay.
I think that's a great idea.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does it work if you put your tap shoes on and tap?
Absolutely.
I want to get back to dancing when I get all this cancer taken care of. And, you know, I love tap dancing, so I'll take it down to my feet. They'll be happy feet.
And I will plus what you just said, Amy, and not only are you tapping it, why don't you record it and listen to it while you're tapping?
That's a great idea.
So the first time you can say it, the second time you can listen to it. I don't know. It might be fun.
Okay, starting tomorrow, there's 2 new seasonal shakes. One is whipped mocha latte, and that's a whey protein whole blend isolene shake. Okay. The other one is banana bread, plant-based whole blend. They're also doing a limited edition variety pack of the Bia, so you can get both flavors. So
3 flavors. You mean 3 flavors?
oh yeah, 3 flavors. I only really drink 2 of them, but anyway, there's going to be a Facebook Live tomorrow morning, and I believe it's at 9 o'clock Mountain. And you'll probably, it's probably on the Isogenics Facebook page. But they're going to be telling all about the fabulous stuff going on for the holidays. And they're introducing a holiday guide. So
when do you think it'll be up to order?
probably sometime tomorrow morning. Yeah, just pay attention, take a look and see if it's there, and don't miss out. All right, anybody have any questions before we close?
So you're saying Facebook Live, but not isogenicslive.com.
Yes, Isogenics Live.
Or is it
Facebook? Hold
Facebook?
on,
Go
let
to
me.
Facebook and catch a live.
My email says Facebook Live.
Okay.
You can get onto it on the Facebook page, but it's Isogenics Live.
Okay,
Okay.
try both or either. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining tonight. Have a blessed week, and let's do some major shifting this week, shall we?
Yep.
All right,
Thank
love
you
you
so
guys.
much, Kathy.
Thanks, it was great.
Good.
Night.
Okay, everybody.